In this video, I'm going to talk about whether it's beneficial to get a cedula or not get a cedula. Welcome to Compai's Expat channel, everything expat. Okay, this is one of those topics where you can ask 10 people and you're going to get 10 different answers. And the reason for that is it depends on your personal situation. So I'm going to give you my opinion, my 2 cents. So the first thing I'm going to start with is why not to get a cedula. If you're not buying property down here, there's no reason to buy a cedula. If you're just coming down for a month or 2 at a time, then leaving the country, you don't really need a cedula. The reason for that is that the Dominican Republic has a fine system in place. The longer you overstay, your tourist visa depends how much of a fine you pay when you leave. Now, there's a lot of people talking on Facebook every now and then. I hear it in different bars of a person being denied entry because they overstayed their tourist visa. I've never heard of that specifically. When I have asked about why people got denied entry, there's usually a reason outside of overstaying their tourist visa, and it's usually something criminal that happened in the States that followed them down here, or something they did down here that they were denied entry. The other thing is, if you're just staying down here for 4 or 5 months at a time, pay your visa tax and go home. Keep your nose clean. Don't get in trouble. Don't have any issues with landlords where they take you to the fiscally and put a judgment against you. You should be fine. Now, do I think the Dominican government's going to change that in the future? Absolutely. As the DR is getting more and more popular with the overall tourism level, they're going to have to do something. I hope the DR will actually put in an extended stay visa where you can say, you know what, I plan on coming down for 3 months in the high season, pay for this visa for that time, for those months, and you're good. That would make more sense. I think eventually, my personal opinion, as things evolve, they're going to end up doing that, because I do have a very good relationship with people who work in the Ministry of Tourism, and they say that has been talked about in the past. So let's talk about why you would want to get a cedula. Well, the first thing is, if you have property down here, get a cedula. It just makes sense. You invested a lot of money to have property, invest another $2,000, $3,000 more to be legal. If you have a car and you're driving down here, I say get a cedula, because when you have a cedula, then you can use that cedula in residence, because when you get a cedula, you also get residency at the same time. That will enable you to get a Dominican driver's license. Yeah, I'll do another video on how to get a Dominican driver's license, but you're really better off driving down here 100% legal, and you need your cedula to be able to do that. Another thing is, if you're going to be extending or staying down here for years on end and not leaving, you really want to have you want to be legal. You want to be a legal resident alien, and that's what your cedula and your residency gives you. If you're doing business down here, absolutely get a cedula. You want to be legal. So basically, my personal opinion is, when you go outside of that extended tourist stay into doing property, into doing business, into traveling or driving on the island, traveling around, get the cedula, get the visa, be legal, because it protects you. What a lot of people don't understand is, if I have an issue with a gringo, or I have an issue with a local, being legal changes the ball game for me. It makes it where they have to go through the proper steps and procedures according to the law. it helps me get more of a fairer shake, especially when it comes to the driving. Because if you do get in an accident and you've overstayed your tourist visa, the first thing they're going to say is, well, if you weren't here, it wouldn't have happened. I've seen that many times. I've also have guys who live down here for an extended period of time got into car accidents, and the car insurance company said, well, you overstayed your tourist visa, we don't want to pay. And they eventually end up paying, but it's just another hoop for you to drive through. It's more stress, and complicates your life, and it sours your time being here. So that's another reason I say get the cedula. I can see things getting more harder to obtain a cedula because it's relatively easy to get a cedula. Prove you have enough money to survive down here. I believe it's 1,800 American per person, or for a single guy, or even 1,500. It's been a while since I've had to do that. But really, if you got Social Security, a pension, military benefits, military retirement, you pretty much qualify, provided you have a clean record back home. You can prove who you are. It's not hard, and it just makes your life simpler. So that's my reasons for getting a cedula. It just makes you legal. You're more in tune with the community. You have a legal right to stay here, more protection. So that's it. That's my little 2 cents on why to get a cedula versus why not to. Thanks for watching. Peace out.